It's the final day of the regular season, and the West Texas A&M Buffaloes sit third in the Lone Star Conference standings. But they have to win this afternoon to assure themselves of a first-round bye in the LSC tournament, which starts on campus sites this coming Tuesday. The Buffs are riding a 4-game win string, having gutted out an 87-78 win over Texas A&M Kingsville this past Thursday night. St. Mary's, Texas A&M Commerce, and Midwestern State are even with the Buffs in the loss column, making today's contest a must-win game. And today's opponent, Texas A&M International, was eliminated from the LSC tournament after Thursday night's 75-65 loss at Cameron. The Dust Devils opened the season strong, 6-0, and stood 10-2 back on January 17th. But they have since lost 11 of 14 games. They've played 4 overtime games this year, losing 3 of them, including a double overtime loss at St. Edwards. Now, interestingly, Lucas Kinsey, the Dust Devils have a better record on the road at 8-5 than what they do at home, where they are 4-8 at the Kinesiology Center. But this is a Dust Devil team that is talented. They have size. They've shown they can win, but down the stretch, things just haven't fallen in place.
Yeah, this will be interesting today for Texas A&M International. You said they're good on the road. Well, it's tough for them for a couple reasons. One, they're playing at the First United Bank Center, where the Buffaloes are such a good team playing here in this building. They don't lose very often at home. The second thing that you have going against Texas A&M International, they've already been knocked out of contention for the postseason. So are you going to get a team today that is going to compete hard? You know, with Mac McConnell, we know he wants his team to come out and finish strong, finish the season out strong. The Buffs still have a lot of basketball to play for. They're still looking at regional rankings and those kind of things. And Kent, the Buffaloes, they're on a 4-game win streak and playing some of the best basketball we've seen them play all season long, both offensively and defensively.
The Buffs playing, as you say, some of the best basketball we've seen them play all year long, and it started about 3 weeks ago against Eastern New Mexico when the Buffs blew out the Greyhounds and showed us a pressing full-court defense pressure that we have not seen from them probably in the 8 years that Tom Brown has been the head coach. But it's a relentless pressure. It's a double-team trap. It forces a lot of turnovers, and it leads to a lot of buckets in transition. Mac McConnell is in his second year at A&M International, longtime assistant coach for both Chris and Lon Reisman at Tarleton State. He knows success, and he's working to get these Dust Devils back on track. He told me last night during their shoot-around, this is a rebuilding job. He says, I'm going to get it done. It's just a matter of convincing these kids to buy into it and get the job done. So we'll see how that fares out this afternoon. First, let's meet the starting lineup for this afternoon's game. First, our visitors from Laredo, Texas, the Dust Devils. Texas A&M International, they come in at 500 overall, 13-13, 5-10 in Lone Star Conference play. They'll start at one guard, Daniel Kiley, 6'2 junior from Columbia, Maryland. Kiley averages 4.2 points, 2.4 rebounds. The second guard, Greg Bowie II, 6'4 junior from Blytheville, Arkansas. He's a transfer from UT Rio Grande Valley. Bowie averages 15.5 points, 3 rebounds a game. He can shoot from anywhere on the floor. The third guard, Tyrus Morton, 6'4 freshman from Austin, Texas. Morton averages 5.4 points, 6.3 rebounds. The forwards, Trey Thomas, 6'5 junior from Fort Worth, Texas. Thomas averages 3.5 points, 2.6 rebounds. And rounding out the starting five, Lakeem Walker, 6'8 junior from Jersey City, New Mexico. Walker averages 11.3 points, 5.5 rebounds. He is a transfer from Tennessee Martin. For the Buffs, they come in at 24-6, 10-5 in Lone Star Conference play. As they said, currently sitting third in the LSC standings. They're ranked 22nd nationally in the NABC poll, and they currently reside second in the ever so important South Central Region poll. They'll start at one guard, Jesse Oweezy, 6'5 freshman from Roanoke, Texas. Jesse averages 6.2 points, 4.5 rebounds. He has 8 double-figure scoring outings this season. Second guard, the point guard, Julius Brown, 5'10 junior from Westerville, Ohio. Juju now has 1,052 career points, averaging 14.2 points, 3.3 rebounds. He had a season-high 21 points to go with 3 assists at Arkansas Fort Smith earlier this season. Dalen Williams, a 6'9 graduate from Stinnett, Texas, is listed as a guard. He'll be the guy inside. 3.1 points a game, 3.9 rebounds. He had 10 points, 11 boards a couple weeks ago against UT Permian Basin. He'll have his hands full today guarding LaQueen Walker inside.
Is he one of the most physical guards in the country, Dalen Williams, Kent?
He gets after it for sure. Zach Toussaint's the shooting guard, 5'11 sophomore from Johnsonburg, Illinois. Toussaint has 15.5 points a game, 2 rebounds a game. He knocked down 7 threes against Midwestern State and currently has 901 career points. Rounding out the starting 5 for the Buffs, Larry Wise, 6'4 sophomore from Waxahachie, Texas. Larry averages 15.5 points, 4.7 rebounds. Had a season-high 27 against UT Tyler, had 21 big points last Thursday against Texas A&M Kingsville. So for the Dust Devils, it'll be Kiley, Bowie, Morton, Thomas, and Walker. For the Buffaloes, Aweezy, Brown, Williams, Toussaint, and Wise. And Lucas Kinsey, we've talked about you never know who's going to step up night to night for the Buffaloes, but one thing that has been a certain over the last 2 weeks down the stretch run of the season, Larry Wise offensively has really stepped up, as has Julius Brown.
You know, for Larry, the word that I like to use is smooth. He's kind of a smooth operator. Julius, it's just, I mean, you get in a car with somebody that's going really fast. You know about cars. Julius is that car that you better be wearing your seatbelt, because when he has the ball in his hands, I mean, he just accelerates. He's so quick, so hard to defend. And if he hits his outside shot, well, good luck guarding him, because you have to step up there, and he's going to be able to get by you. But you said that you don't know who's going to step up. The great thing for the Buffaloes is that they've been getting contributions from players like Hayden Blankley. He's been really good this season. Dalen Williams, he stepped up his play defensively and scoring inside of late. And then the other night, it was great performances from Addison Wallace, and then off the bench, guys like Jonas Carlisle and Cameron Bell, everyone contributing.
International in the black with the white TAMIU and number on the front. The Buffs in the home white with the maroon West Texas and the numeral on the front. We are underway. Our officiating crew today, Johnny Wilkins, John Sheff, and Anthony Thomas. Buffs basketball to start. Brown kicks it outside to Toussaint. Zach picks up his dribble, goes to Williams on the wing, kicks it inside to Brown. 8 on the shot clock. Juju outside to Wise. Larry drives, pull up from 8, knocks it down.
Yeah.
The Buffs enter today third in the conference, 1 game in the loss column behind Dallas Baptist. Dallas Baptist upset today at home by Arkansas Fort Smith, 81-78, which means if the Buffs can win today, they'll tie for second and they'll advance on the head-to-head win over Dallas Baptist earlier this season. So the Buffs would be the number 2 seed in the LSC tournament. Lubbock Christian wrapped up the top seed earlier this week.
Yeah, they had a blowout win over Western New Mexico. Good example of Dalen Williams, what he has done. He's not putting up a lot of points in the box score, but plays like that, he comes over, makes it a very difficult shot, ball out of bounds.
Greg Bowie on the drive, deflected by Williams, and shot clock violation against the Dust Devils on their first possession. You know, we've said it game after game, years past, Buff basketball has been how many points can you score?
Yeah.
Now they're scoring in the 80s, but they're playing defense. Here's Toussaint, brings it up court. Goes to Brown in the paint, pump fake, off the glass and in.
Just stops on a dime, and that little head fake gets the defender in the air, and here comes the full court press. Can the Dust Devils break it?
The answer is yes. Bowie goes in the corner to Thomas. Thomas kicks it near side. Walker, the big guy for 3, knocks it down.
High release. Not expecting that. Great shot.
6'8", he's over shooting threes. 4-3 Buffaloes early on. Here's Wise, finds a Wheezy inside, goes up, muscles it in, and one.
That got Coach McConnell on the bench. I've been in this spot before. You're on the bench. It's not really your fault, but something bad happens, and then the coach turns and yells, "Get in there for him." That's not what we want happening. As
Trey Thomas, the junior from Fort Worth, who goes to the bench. The foul was on Tyrus Morton. A Wheezy for the and one, knocks it down, and he heads to the bench. Hayden Blankley checks in.
So the Dust Devils bring in their sixth man, if you will, Jermaine Drewy. He scores 11 points a game, comes in off the bench, 6'2 junior from Houston.
And here's the double team trap. Buffs get the turnover. Wise in, yes, and one. You got to will it in.
As you just did, Kent, with the call. Love that. Get in the hole.
But again, that pressure defense right off the inbound.
Yes. Yeah, right in front of the Dust Devil bench, and you've got to be ready for this now if you're facing the Buffs. Larry was going to try to dunk that. We said he was smooth.
Strong, too.
Yep.
Knocks it down. How about 8 points for Larry Wise in the first 2 minutes and 1 second of this ball game? 10-3 Buffaloes. You know, you look at Mac McConnell's coaching background, spending so many years at Charlton State, and there's another turnover. Charlton State, if you think their offense was based around big guys inside, go to the bucket, crash the boards. That's what they're wanting to do here.
And at Charlton, you always knew they were going to play very tough and physical, too.
Buffs up 10-3, just inside of 18 to play.
Oh, no help
half.
defense.
Wise in. Yes, and one!
Right now, when Larry gets the ball, if he sees what he just saw in this last play, go to the hole every time. The help defense, no one is standing in the paint. The Buffs cleared out. Here's the replay. Look at this. You see that white, wide open.
Foul goes to Jermaine Drury, 6'2 junior from Houston, his first. Dust Devils third already.
Well, if Texas A&M International doesn't find an answer in a hurry for Larry Wise, he may be going for 50 today.
Larry misfires. Rebound comes down to Walker. Here's Kiley on the wing, guarded by Brown. Outside to Phillips. Walker, baseline, no good. Nobody there in black for the rebound. Brown comes down with it. Head to Williams. Pass intended for Blankley, knocked out of bounds.
It's going to be a matchup to watch as Laquem Walker, the big man, took that three. He's going to come out and get a sub. Dalen Williams just sprinted down the floor, beat him down the floor. So in transition, big man kind of having the race there.
They replaced the 6'8 Walker with 6'9 Tyrese Davis, sophomore out of Dallas. Here's Brown from 14. Knock it down, Juju. Well, it's the Julius Brown-Larry Wise show here in the early going. And it's working, 14-3 WT. Kiley hands it off to Morton. Here's Bowie. Averages 15.5. Back to Morton in the corner. Kiley for three, knocks it down.
Good release there on the three-point basket for Kiley.
Buffs get the ball up court quick. Here's Wise with the step back. 10 from the floor, 2 from the line, 12 of the Buffs, 16. Dust Devils break the press. Kiley guarded by Blankley. Was under the basket. Now he's out near the midcourt stripe. 15 on the shot clock. Right wing to Bowie. Drives in. Feeds Davis, who takes some steps. Tried to be fancy with his drive and took some steps before he put the ball on the floor.
Dust Devils are ready for immediate timeout.
We're not to that yet. We've got 7 seconds, guys.
They had one player still out on the court, and that would have been interesting, 5-on-1 with Jaheim Handy standing at center court. The Lone Ranger.
Brown brings the Buffs up court. Left wing to Cameron Bell. Toussaint on the wing. Buffs up 16-6. Toussaint drives off the glass. It won't go. And Cameron Bell goes in fighting for the rebound, and he's going to be called for the foul.
Yeah, left-handed layup nearly went for Toussaint. Good effort.
And that'll take us to our first media timeout. 15:47 to play. First half. Buffs lead it 16-6. You're watching Buff basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Give Katie a call at 655-7104. It's that time, fans, to see who's got the best smile with the Sheeman Dental Group Smile Cam.
This is what a new heart valve looks like. This is what a bypassed artery looks like. And this is what a repaired aortic aneurysm looks like. The BSA Heart and Vascular team is here to help you live life to the fullest. From our state-of-the-art cardiac technologies to our dedicated heart specialists, our goal is to help you take the very best care of your heart so you can enjoy everything else that matters to you. BSA for life.
West Texas A&M leads 16-6. Buffs 12-0 points in the paint. Buffs 7-0 points off turnovers. And if you're Texas A&M International, you need to get going. Trailing by 10 points here.
Here's Journey Phillips. Spins in the paint, puts it up and in.
Just like that.
6'2 freshman from San Antonio, averages 7.5 points, gets his first bucket of the game. Brown feeds Blankley. Yes, and one.
Peyton Blankley from Julius Brown. Journey Phillips.
That foul goes against Phillips, his first, team's fourth, and thus far, you watch the defensive effort here, and the Dust Devils are a step behind. All their fouls are the reach-in slap when the Buffs already by them. The shot's been made, and they're giving up the bonus.
Yeah, some basics on the defensive end of just getting lost, not seeing the ball or not seeing ball and man. And the Buffs making the Dust Devils pay so far.
Blankley misses on the free throw. Here's Drury off the glass, no. Ball controlled by Morton. Buffs in the man defense. Morton trying to drive on Brown. Goes to Cameron Bowles, who kicks it back outside to Phillips. 5 on the shot clock. Phillips, step back three, air ball. There's a rebound and a putback, no good by Morton at the buzzer. Buffs get the rebound. Toussaint drives baseline, finds Aweezy inside, lays it off the glass.
Great catch in traffic by Aweezy. Give the assist to Toussaint. That was not an easy one to catch, though.
Well, nice job of Zach threading his way through the defenders on the baseline there. Finding Aweezy with the feed.
With the full court press from the Buffs, you're going to see quick trap. If they can get something going in the beginning, they're going to stay with that press. If the first pass breaks and gets to the middle, now they just sprint back and get back defensively.
Addison Wallace to the floor, seeing his first action of the day.
He had some high-flying dunks Thursday night.
Dalen Williams returns to the court, joining Aweezy, Brown, and Bell. Here's Handy, brings the ball up court for A&M International. Crosses over in the corner to Drury. Shot clock at 10. Drury picks up his dribble, kicks it back outside to Handy. Shot clock at 5. Handy drives in on Williams. Williams blocks the ball and gets the rebound.
Wow. Great defense by Dalen.
Here's Bell to Wallace. And they say that Addison took a step.
Yeah, the one thing that could help Addison there just being more in a stance. being in that true triple threat position. He's kind of standing straight up as he catches the ball and just barely drags the back foot. I know, kids,
Lucas
triple threat.
Kinsey in his triple threat position.
It's the first thing you learn at basketball camp, but
you got to remember it. You learn it for a reason.
Yep.
Here's a pull-up jumper missed by Drewy. We got a whistle inside, and they're going to get Dalen Williams with the hook. For Dalen, that's his first. Team foul number 2 against the Buffaloes. 13:32 to play in the first. Buffs up 20-8. Have led all the way here. Bowles tries to drive. Williams cuts it off. Brings it outside. There's a pass into the backcourt, and the Buffs force another turnover.
Great pressure on the ball, and then Julius Brown with the denial that forces that backcourt.
5th turnover forced by the Buffaloes.
Congratulations, Kent, to both the men and the women for West Texas A&M track. They win indoor Lone Star Conference championships today, so great job, head coach Matt Stewart.
And if you just joined us or have been under a rock, the Lady Buff basketball team took the LSC regular season title earlier today as Juju takes it to the rack. And there's turnover number 6, Greg Bowie. Didn't plant his feet before he put up that shot. Mac McConnell just sits down and crosses his arms. There comes a point where coaching doesn't fix things.
Yeah.
Players have to figure it out.
Well, and we said this pregame. Was International going to bring, their best effort today, knowing that this is the last game for them?
Here's Bell. Drives off the glass. He'll go to the line.
Look at Cameron taking it to the hole. Good job there.
This foul goes against Jermaine Drewy, his second, team's 5th. Yeah, you see Cameron usually in a distribution role offensively. And that time he said, everyone else is doing the and one, I'll try it too.
Well, and the Buffs need him to do that because there's been times this season when he's on the floor. Cameron's an excellent defensive player, toughness, everything you want, very coachable. But there's times, though, where his offense has struggled, and defensively, the player that's guarding him can maybe back off. If Cameron can do that, well, that helps things out.
Give the team yet another player they have to respect offensively. Cameron knocks them both down.
2 points.
It's just so crazy. Can't win. Maybe some outsiders look at this WT program and they think, this is an off year. If they can win today, it's 25 wins in the regular season.
Yeah. And 25 wins. Well, it could get them second place in the conference. Right now it was 3rd. There's a nice move driving to the hole. Trey Thomas.
That's what happens when you put the bar as high as it's been, though, for WT over the last.
You get spoiled on 30, and 30 is so good.
Doesn't happen a lot.
No. The Buffs put it together, 3 years in a row?
Mm-hmm.
You get spoiled.
Well, and they're in a position to make a run in the postseason again.
Oh, yeah.
Good hustle.
Well, there's Wise gets sloppy with the ball and turns it over.
That was Trey Thomas getting dirty down there and ripping the ball away.
Anthony Scott, 5'8" freshman from Waco. Off on the wing to Bowie, who drives in, puts it up. No good, but here coming in for the tip, Tyrus Morton.
Have to put him on the high riser team. Jumps way in the air and just gets a finger on it, keeps it alive, and pokes the ball in.
Buffs up 24-12. Wise 3, no good, but Addison Wallace gets the rebound. It'll be Dust Devils basketball in alternating possessions. That takes us to a timeout. 11:28 to play here at first half. Buffs up by 12. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Of a powerhouse men's soccer program at WT. How many saves did Ball, the London product, finish in his storied career with?
204.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
For 90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
West Texas A&M leads by the score of 24-12. The Buffs shooting 83% from the field, and they already have scored 18 points in the paint, so they're getting comfortable down inside.
Inbounds comes. Buffs back off the pressure as Thomas brings the ball up floor. Gives it to Scott. Cross court to Bowie. Here's Scott outside, guarded by Bell. Shot clock at 10. Left wing, Walker for 3. Little short. Look who gets the rebound.
Zach, off the trampoline there.
To Wise for 3. Got it.
I wonder what Larry had for breakfast this morning.
Whatever it is, he's been dining on it for the last 3 weeks because his performance down the stretch has been all-star highlight worthy. Thomas looking to drive. Wise cuts him off, pulls it up, and puts it in.
Very difficult shot made there by Thomas.
29-12 Buffaloes. Here's Brown to Thomas. Open 3. Got it!
It's, you know, you're guarding Toussaint, and you think, you just kind of look. You think, well, he's way back here. I mean, he's close to the timeline. Surely I've got enough distance that I can get back. No, you don't.
I'll close when they pass, but he touches the ball, and his release is so quick. 32-12, Buffs by 20. Here's Walker inside with the reverse. No. Wise with the rebound. Here come the Buffaloes again. Wise up top. He's going to drive off the glass, and it won't go down.
That was impressive. He lost the ball in midair, then gathered it back and still was able to put it up with his left hand.
Foul goes against Greg Bowie, his first, team's 5th against A&M International.
Dust Devils have 3 more shot attempts than the Buffs do, and yet they trail by 17 points.
Buffs 12 of 14 from the floor.
Yeah.
5 of 7 from 3. Dust Devils, 6 of 17 from the field. Wise knocks them both down.
And the three-point shooting has picked up as the season's gone on for WT. Early in the season, they were struggling, not making as many threes as they were used to. Not the case today.
Here's Kiley to Phillips in the paint, picks up his dribble, turnaround, hits it.
Okay, Dust Devils making some very difficult shots. Their problem right now is they cannot get defensive stops.
Brown looking left, looking right, goes left to Toussaint. Blankley to Brown, takes the 3, won't go. Phillips with the rebound, he's on his own, pulls up from 12, misses, gets his own rebound, has the ball stripped away by Wise.
They got numbers.
Larry spins off the glass, won't go. Williams with the follow. Blankley's tap, no. Ball still loose, and Brown starts it over.
Great hustle.
Wise in the corner for 3, won't go. Ball out of bounds. Last touch by Tyrus Morton.
Number 20 into the game, 6'2" freshman guard from San Antonio, Jonas Carlisle.
Jonas Carlisle makes his first appearance in the game for the Buffaloes.
And we really like what we've seen from Jonas as the season's gone on, Kent. Smart player, and he's got some skills too.
Showed us the other night that he's got some range on his three shot, too. Here's Carlisle at the block.
Oh.
Intended for Blankley, but Brown tracks it down. Shot clock at 5. Brown up top. In the paint. Pull up. Got it. No cause for alarm. Just pull up and knock it down. At the other end, here's Kiley. Phillips kicks it back to Morton. Got it.
Yeah, they're starting to hit their shots. Julius, with his quickness, his strength, his jumping ability, we've had so many athletic players here for the Buffs as he makes another shot. He may be one of the most athletic, pound for pound.
Julius with 10, Wise with 14. 24 of the Buffs' 36 as they've doubled up. The Dust Devils 18 here with 7:40 to play in the first, and we've got a foul going to go, I believe, Jonas Carlisle. For Jonas, that'll be his first, team foul number 3 against West Texas. And that'll take us to a timeout. 7:38 to play in the first. Buffs lead it 36-18. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
Welcome to MetaDrive Pharmacy, Canyon's hometown pharmacy for over 32 years. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to counsel you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly, professional service and the highest quality medicines and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your healthcare needs.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Buffaloes have doubled up Texas A&M International in the early going, 36-18. Lucas Kinsey alongside Kent Johnson. We're glad to have you with us. Our director today for the Thunder Vision team, Jamie Abbott. Happy birthday yesterday to Miss Jamie Abbott. She turned 23. The Buffaloes, KJ, in this one, they just simply can't miss. They've only missed 6 shots. They're shooting 70% from the field. International starting to pick up a little bit offensively, but they've turned it over 7 times. And the Buffs have turned that into points.
The Buffs, a pair of 3-pointers as well. Here's Drew. He picks up his dribble, has it knocked away. Buffs basketball. There's another turnover. Thus far, you watch the Dust Devils offense, and there's not a lot of team play. It's one man
making some difficult shots,
making some tough shots, trying to get inside, hitting the fadeaway. Here's Brown to it, Wheezy. Back to Brown. Brown off balance, won't go down. Look who gets the rebound. It's Williams, and they're going to call him with the clear out.
I thought he was being held.
Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Anthony Thomas saw something that the rest of us didn't. Williams says, "What did I do?" Let's see what you see here. He was hooked. What'd you see, Lucas?
Yeah, I mean, the ball comes off. He didn't go over the back, and you saw the off arm there of Journey Phillips. That's where I felt the foul. It's almost like Dalen was being shielded off from going to get the ball.
Tom Brown calls the timeout, and it's to have a discussion with Anthony Thomas. So we'll take the 30-second timeout with him. You're watching Buff Basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of
Dust Devils on the inbounds. Tom Brown had his discussion with Anthony Thomas, and we're good to go. Here's Bowie. Puts a shoulder into Cameron Bell. No call. Bowie on the other side.
Good switch.
Hands it off to Phillips. Phillips carries the ball, no call, and lays it in.
And we just saw some vertical from the Rocket, also known as Tom Brown over there on the bench. He thought, what?
Yeah, I think they missed that call.
You're still up now, 36-20.
There's a Wheezy inside, and he's going to be fouled. Jesse with a strong move to the bucket. Foul goes against Tyrus Morton, or his second. Team foul number 7 against the Dust Devils.
It is scary for Buffalo opponents to think about this young man right here getting stronger. Kent, he's a freshman on the program at least, but a grown man and a very, very talented player. We saw Jesse's passing skills the other night, right?
2 of the sweetest assists you'll see. Carlisle to the bench. Wise back to the lineup. Jesse knocks them both down. 38-20 Buffs. 6:20 to play in the first.
Whoa, Cameron. Great steal.
Going the other way. Oh, Brown blocked. That was Morton that got a hand on it. Toussaint for a 3.
One of the best in program history, shooting the 3.
All right, 3-point shooting contest. Toussaint, David Chavlovic, Jordan Evans.
Oh, man.
Well, we'll see one right here. Toussaint, little short. Wheezy went up and was pushed from behind.
See, in that shooting contest, it would be different. Zach would have to be, 3-4 feet behind the line. Jordan would want to be at the top of the key.
And David would want to be off balance shooting,
with
looking at the basket.
With 2 people guarding him. So if we got all those things, that would make it perfect.
Wheezy goes to the line. Makes the first. Gets them both.
2 points, Jesse Owisi.
Good pass over the top of that the full court press, but Toussaint is able to get the steal and get it right back. And for International now, the turnovers piling up 11 here in the first half.
And Zach shows his mid-range ability. He has 8.
Yeah, the Buffs they may want 60 up here in this first half, KJ.
Bowie tries to take it in on Brown. Juju picks the pocket, and Bowie fouls him. That'll be Bowie's second. The Dust Devils' 8th.
Greg Bowie.
Now it's free throws for WT. So they've only missed 9 shots, WT. They're 64% from the field, and they're going to the free throw line where they've also been excellent. 10 out of 12 at the free throw line for the Buffaloes.
Dust Devils 4 turnovers in the last minute and a half. Not the way to come back.
No, that spells disaster there.
Brown hits the first.
We're talking, Kent, during the timeout, this international team, they've had some heartbreaking losses this year. I mean, games where they lost by 1, 2. They have been in, as you said earlier, 4 overtimes and only won 1 of those 4 overtimes. So a talented team, but some of those losses are hard to come back from.
Almost a turnover. Drury misses the lay-in, but gets his own rebound.
Good defense by Hayden Blankley down inside.
Here's Kiley outside. Toussaint with the defense. Kiley puts it off the glass. Won't go. Blankley taps it back outside. Thomas on the wing. Dribbles up top. Pulls up, shoots, and nails it.
Yeah, great shot. Tom Brown wants a 30-second timeout. Let's keep it here. Score 47-23. West Texas A&M in control. Tom Brown a little frustrated with the defense and wants to talk things over. As you look at that last play when they push ahead, well, that was a steal from Cameron Bell. He went high in the air. It was one of the many turnovers that we've seen here in the first half. Buffaloes again on a 4-game win streak, trying to make it 5 today. Close out the regular season before they head to Frisco next week. No extra duties for you Tuesday night, Kent Johnson?
We're going to be hosting high school basketball.
Except for the high school basketball playoffs.
Got a doubleheader coming in here. Then we'll head down to Frisco on Wednesday to get ready to do our post-game moderating duties for the men's and women's conference tournament. Here's Wise on the wing. In the paint. Bell to Blankley. Blankley puts up a 3 and cans it.
Smart play by Hayden. He had a mismatch with Lakeem Walker. Walker had to give him space because Hayden had the quickness to get by him. And so the jab step creates space. Hayden drills the 3.
Dust Devils get the ball inbounds as we approach the 4-minute mark of the first. Here's Drewy, guarded by Toussaint. Right side to Phillips. Blankley on him. Phillips drives. Baseline over Wise and gets it to fall. Journey Phillips with 8 points in the first half. Brown comes down, gives it to Bell. Cameron. Up top to Toussaint. Starts a drive, gets it to Bell. Back to Zach. He's open, he shoots. A little strong. Phillips with the rebound. Approaching the 3-minute mark of the first. Buffs 50-25. Inside shot off the glass. Michael Azoma.
Strength inside.
Has his first bucket. Sophomore from Houston. Here's Brown. Drives. Fouled on the floor before the shot.
It's like he's dribbling the ball, KJ, and his feet start doing almost like the Flintstone thing where he's about to take off.
You want to hear the bongo drums
as
he starts going. Daniel Kiley picks up his second personal. That takes us to a timeout. 2:55 to play in the first. Buffs up 50-27. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Pioneer in online education, West Texas A&M University leads the state and the nation in quality and value. 6 of WT's graduate programs earned Best Program accolades from U.S. News & World Report, and WT's online undergraduate program was ranked number 1 in Texas and number 24 in the country. 2 online degree programs for veterans were also ranked number 1 and number 3 in Texas. Get an outstanding education completely online at one of the most affordable and accessible institutions in the nation. Visit WTAMU.edu.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Having a lot of fun today on Disco Day. Is that a disco ball down there on
There is a disco ball at the press table, yes.
By Brad Stark. They should have had Brad wear a wig today like we saw Cedric Knowlton, WT Athletic staff down there having fun. Buffs having fun, scoring 50 points, and we still have 2:55 left in the first half.
Heard the Ohio players there singing Brick House. That describes the Buffs' offense here in the first half. It has been a brick house.
Yes.
Shooting 63% from the floor. 13 of 15 from the line as Julius knocks down the first. Got him. Oh, missed the second one. 51-27 Buffaloes here, closing minutes of the first half. And you think Thursday we had 51 points with about 5 minutes left in the ball game.
Buffs brought the offense today, no doubt.
Phillips hands it off to Drewy. Drewy tries to drive on Bell, cut off. Shot clock at 7. Drewy outside, shot clock at 3. Needs to put it up, he does, and he knocks it down.
Well, if you're Cameron Bell, you just have to turn and tip your cap to Drewy there, because it was excellent defense by Cameron. Just a fantastic shot by Drewy.
Here's Addison Wallace to Brown on the side. We've got a foul inside.
Jesse's going to be shooting free throws.
I think Michael Azoma got called for his first personal. 10th Dust Devil team foul. That'll send Aweezy to the line shooting twice. Jesse 5 of 5 from the line. Got one more coming here.
There's a look at head coach Mac McConnell for the Dust Devils.
Knocks down the second of 2, so he's 5 of 6 today. 6 of 7 rather. 52-30. 2 minutes to play here in the first. Final game of the season for the Dust Devils. The Buffs will find out who their quarterfinal round opponent in the LSC tournament will be, as Blankley blocks that shot by Michael Azoma.
He keeps playing like that. I'm going to change his last name to Blockley. Good job inside by Hayden. That's a couple times he's been able to get some shot blocks. Look at this. Times it up perfectly.
Wow. I got to say, Lucas, it's been fun, but it's always fun doing basketball with you. Can't believe that this is our final regular season game in a season that went back to October 28th, but it has flown by.
Yep, started out with us having some fun with some wigs and Halloween costumes.
The D2 Athletic Directors Tip-Off Classic. There's a shot knocked down at the buzzer by Journey Phillips. He's fouled by Toussaint. That'll send Phillips to the line for the and one.
At the line, Journey Phillips.
Buffs by 20, 128 to play here in the first. Phillips misses. Larry Wise gets the rebound. Turns it over. Drury outside, no. Toussaint with the rebound. Here we go the other way. Buffs with numbers. Wise in the corner, puts up the 3. Can't get it to go, but gets his own rebound. Kicks it out to Toussaint, who does not miss.
You know, there's a lot of times where the ball pops around, ends up in the hands of Toussaint, and he's wide open. You go to a shot of the opposing team's bench, and the coach is just, he knows it's going in.
Third tray of the game for Toussaint. He has 11 points, 4 Buffs in double-figure scoring here in the first half.
Down goes Toussaint.
As Drury called with the charge. Player control, so no shots, but the Buffs get the basketball. 55-32 in the first half. Just as the Lady Buffs came out locked and loaded, took care of business, the Buffs obviously knew they had to win today to guarantee themselves a bye in the first round. Here's Toussaint, 3, won't go. Wallace with the tap, no. Wise tries to get the rebound, stolen away. At the other end, Phillips inside, yes.
Wow, he shot that one over 3 Buff defenders.
One of which was Toussaint rolling on the ground. Knocked around like a pinball was number 14. 20 seconds to go in the half. Shot clock's off. Buffs up by 21. Brown outside. Shot clock at 8. Game clock. Step back from 16, knock it down, and that's the way the first half has gone for West Texas A&M. As the first half draws to a close, the Buffs go to the locker room leading 57-34. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, Lucas is going to visit with the Lone Star Conference regular season champion Lady Buffs. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball right here on the LSC Digital Network.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. We're at the halftime of the men's game, and WT enjoys a 57 points, 57-34 lead over Texas A&M International. Glad to have with us here at halftime West Texas A&M Lady Buff head coach Josh Prock and also Olivia Lewis, senior forward for the Lady Buffs. Congratulations to both of you today on getting the win here in front of the home crowd, the last one of the regular season. And had some importance with this one today, right? The Lone Star Conference regular season championship. Coach, we'll start with you and your thoughts on the way that the season finished out, your performance today. The offense was hot just like we saw Thursday.
Yeah, these kids have really gained a lot of confidence throughout the year. And we knew it was going to happen. We just kind of waiting on when it was going to start breaking out. But, I mean, I can't tell you how proud I am of these kids of just their toughness, their tenacity. You know, you can just keep using words to describe, you know, how awesome they've been this year, and to be where we are today, it's simply amazing.
Speaking of toughness and tenacity, we'll go to Olivia Lewis now. And Olivia, we talked about this in the game. Coach Prock, the second time that he's won a Lone Star Conference regular season championship. Same for you, right? When we were at Eastern New Mexico in 2017, or was
it was
Olivia
the year before me?
One
actually.
year before.
Yes.
So this is your first one.
It is. Yeah.
So talk about your experience winning a regular season championship. What that means to you, and also to get to do it with this guy right here.
Well, I want to start off. I mean, Coach Prock has been the best coach ever. I mean, I didn't plan on playing this year,
okay.
But I mean, Coach Prock playing for him played a big part in that. So it's just really cool to be able to just have the same coach for 5 years, and it's been a great ride. So I've loved it.
When you talk about the journey for this season, I mean, talk about that from the beginning of the season when different players are coming in from different schools. There's a few girls that were coming back that were here at West Texas A&M last year. Kind of, you know, from the outside looking in, it was, this is going to be a good team. We don't know how good, but did many people besides who's in the locker room to start the season think we can win a regular season championship? I don't know.
I don't think so. I mean, especially with the start of our season, obviously wasn't great. We were still kind of figuring out what was going on and our identity as a team, but I think we finally got it figured out, and it feels so good just to kind of prove everyone wrong that we are the best team in the conference and we have that potential to go even further. So
we saw this team, Coach, as the season went on, the identity, and I think the identity was playing team defense first of all, but then I want you to talk about what kind of switched in terms of offense, because what we started to see a big change on was more and more players. You weren't getting production just from 2 or 3 players. Yeah. You were seeing, 8, 9 girls sometimes produce. What made that difference?
Well, I think what I said earlier, I think they gained a lot of confidence.
Okay.
They really did as we continue to progress. And we talked about it as coaches at the beginning of the year, like we're going to have to shut people down, guard people, because, offensively early on we're just going to be trying to figure everybody out.
Right.
But I think once they gained the confidence and once they, and we had to tweak some things and move some people around a little bit with their offensive positioning and stuff. And once we did all that, I mean, these kids, again, give them all the credit. They're the ones that bought in. And, this young lady sitting next to me, like, the kid that we played against today, she's as good as anybody that I've seen this year as far as scoring on the low block. And it's she can't score on her. And, like, that's what I kept saying on the bench. Like, they can't score on her. Like, I don't care who they are, they can't score on her. And like, she's got – I tell her this all the time. She's got it to a point where somebody does score, and I'm like, what's going on, Liv? Why'd you let them score? She's got me spoiled so much. So I love her, and this is a great ride and enjoyment to do this with her and all her teammates.
Olivia, talk about that a little bit, because it's fun for me to call up here as a broadcaster to say what your coach just said. your defensive play. You have the long reach. You're great at timing shot blocks, but defensively, you pride yourself on the defensive end. Talk about your game, what you try to do each night, facing different players, talented players, but in the end, it seems like you usually come out on top.
I mean, I love defense. I've always loved defense. Playing sports growing up, I played soccer. I was defense. I mean, it's kind of something I've always taken pride in, and I know that I have that ability. Not as strong as all the other posts, but I do think I take my other advantages as my height and my length and everything. But it's really just an effort and a want to do it, and it's just something I've grown to love, and I've kind of taken that upon myself as a role. Obviously, I've been going through some scoring slumps, and I know I haven't always been like the top scorer or anything like that. I just think my role on this team is a defensive presence, especially in the post.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Visiting with Lady Buffs head coach Josh Prock and Olivia Lewis. WT wins today big, 79-58, and they capture the program's 18th regular season Lone Star Conference championship. Kind of ask both of you this question and let you have a turn at it. Coming from another conference rival in Eastern New Mexico, and then being Lady Buffs this season, just the transition and how much fun it has been to win a championship. And I thought it was so cool today, the home crowd just showing their appreciation. They love both of you, and they're glad that you're wearing maroon and white. Go ahead, Olivia.
I can't even describe it. I mean, God is so good. I never thought I would be here playing for this team. I mean, it took some getting used to playing on the other side. I know. Who would have thought? Yeah. I'm just super happy to be here, and just the support that everyone has for us. I mean, it's something I never would have thought we would have had, and it's just amazing to see all these faces, and just here for us, being our biggest fans, and I just couldn't be happier to be here.
Yeah, and I'll just echo that. I mean, standing on the other sidelines for so many years and seeing this place and seeing the support it has, you always desire to be at a place like that.
Right.
As a coaching, that's part of your goal. You want to be at a place that, gets it and understands what it takes to stay that level of consistency of greatness. You talk about greatness, 18 conference titles. That means there's been 17 before we got here.
Yeah.
Just to all the alumni, former coaches and stuff, we're very appreciative of all of them because they built this tradition to where now these young ladies, it's an expectation. Look like, outside, I don't know where people expected it, but inside the locker room, I know what their expectations were because they know the weight of what's carried on their shoulders.
Sure.
That history, that tradition of this program, and they took it very seriously. And you could tell day in and day out how hard they worked, and they absolutely deserve what happened today.
Well, it was great today. It's not over, though.
That's right.
We got a lot more basketball to be played. So as you move into postseason next week, first have the conference tournament. You'll be the #1 overall seed, and we'll play on Thursday. We'll figure out who we're going to play after Tuesday night. But, Olivia, what does this team need to keep doing and maybe even improve on a little bit to go on a run here in the postseason?
I think we just need to keep our defense up. I mean, from games we've seen in the past, our shots aren't always on. But our defense is unstoppable, really. Yeah. I think that's just if we keep that up and just continue as a team to keep our chemistry and just work together, I think we can beat pretty much anybody.
Yeah.
So.
And, Coach, obviously you want to go to Frisco next week and come away with more wins and try to win a championship there. But your goals for this team specifically to next week?
Well, our whole philosophy this whole year and here recently has been take one day at a time.
Okay.
It's a long weekend, especially if you're fortunate enough to keep advancing and win. I mean, you got to play 3 back-to-back games against some of the best teams in the region. I mean, so you've got to take one day at a time. We're going to take a couple of days off here. I told these girls to absolutely 100% enjoy this tonight. Go enjoy it, take some rest, get some stuff caught up, and then we'll probably head out on Wednesday. And I actually think we play Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
Friday, okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Friday.
I think the men go first this year, so I think it's men, and we play Friday at 6. But I think we play the winner, I believe, of Kingsville and International, these two teams we just played.
Okay.
So.
All right, well, that'll be fun. Olivia, are we going to see some more three-point baskets made and maybe salutes to the bench? That's one of my favorites, right?
I did, too. I love that, too.
We'll see. I don't know about the salutes. Everyone's been trying to get me to flex, but we're not doing that. I don't think
she could probably do that after she blocks a shot.
Absolutely, she should. Yes.
Hey, congratulations to both of you. It's been a lot of fun here in the regular season. We can't wait to see what the Lady Buffs are going to do in the postseason.
Thank you, Lucas.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, good job, Olivia.
Thank you.
We'll take a timeout, come back. We'll have some stats for you from this first half. WT men lead at halftime, 57-34. We're back with more basketball right after this timeout.
She plans to pursue a teaching career in either Amarillo or Lubbock.
J. Ferg Roofing has been protecting our community for 15 years. With more than 30,000 homes and businesses protected by our roofing work, we're proud of our ability to provide efficient, lasting solutions for your roofing needs. What makes us stand out from the competition is that we work for you, dedicated team members who guide you every step of the way. That is the J. Ferg advantage. Quality, experience, fast pass scheduling, customer rewards. We have it all. Call J. Ferg Roofing today for a free inspection. We are J. Ferg Roofing. We are more.
Good for you. Good decision. I was so young too, but I was gonna commit to for soccer, and I was like, soccer. Like I think I was more talented at it, but
Pretty good at basketball too. You got ran over that one time though. That was a charge.
That's what I told her. I said that was
so bad.
And I was so frustrated. I was like, she's trying to take a charge. Some of my guards over here. Go get the rebound. Go help her out. Good job. Thank you. But yeah.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
Started. Let's look at some other scores around the Lone Star Conference. An upset in Dallas, and this will affect the Buffalo seeding for the postseason tournament. Arkansas Fort Smith defeats Dallas Baptist at the Berg Center 81-78. That'll move the Buffs and DBU into a tie for second with the win, and the Buffs will advance based on their head-to-head win over Dallas Baptist earlier this month. Down at the Falcon Dome, UTPB tied with Texas A&M Commerce at the half, 36-36. Texas A&M Kingsville up 44-30 early in the second half over Cameron and Lawton. Angelo State up 13, 47-34 over UT Tyler at the half. That game being played at the Janelle Center in San Angelo. Midwestern State trailing Oklahoma Christian by 1 at the half, 35-34. And later this afternoon, Western New Mexico will close out their season at Eastern New Mexico. Here at the First United Bank Center, it was all Buffaloes in the first half, 57-34. And Lucas, you just wish you could bottle what you saw from the Lady Buffs earlier today and what the Buffs did in the first half and take it with you to Frisco and to Lubbock and Commerce and anywhere else you may be playing in the postseason, because the type basketball we've seen played by the home team today has been unbeatable.
3 numbers real quick, Kent, that stand out in the first half. Buffs, points in the paint, 36. Points from the bench, 33. Points off turnovers, 19.
Points off turnovers are huge. Here's Brown on the wing. Shot clock at 12. Julius goes up top to Toussaint. 8 on the clock. Toussaint pulls up. Yes, and 1.
Okay. Still on fire, Zach Toussaint. He's got 13 points.
That's one of those moves that you work on after hours, over and over, just in anticipation that, there might be an opportunity where a guy's going to guard me and he's going to foul, and I'm going to hit this shot.
And you know this, Kent, from seeing Zach up here. He does work on that.
He does it, yes.
4 players already in double figures. Brown 15, Wise 14, Zach with 14, and Jesse Aweezy with 10.
Well, the Dust Devils beat the Buffs down court, and look, Queen Walker gets the lay-in. 60-36. Here's Williams, fights it up. Can't get it to go. Brown to Toussaint. Zach bumped, gets it back to Julius. Brown feeds Toussaint, the mid-range, blocked.
Yeah. Well, we did learn that in the first half, is that Tyrus Morton, he can elevate quickly.
Buffs basketball. Toussaint on the inbound. Gets it to Williams, back to Zach. Here's Wise outside. Shot clock at 4. Toussaint, 3 won't go. Rebound pulled down by the Dust Devils' Trey Thomas. Walker up top. Goes right wing to Kiley. Kiley in the paint, spins on Brown off the glass and in. Nice inside play by Daniel Kiley, junior from Columbia, Maryland. 60-38 Buffaloes. Wise to Williams. The reverse, got it. Dalen Williams' first bucket of the game, and it was a pretty one. Here's Bowie going the other way. Well, we're going to go back and forth, obviously. Long lead pass to Williams, goes off his hands, hits the bucket, rebounds back to Brown. He feeds Williams, who can't finish. Kiley in the paint, wants to do it himself.
Yeah, Zach had to kind of bump him there. He was going to get around him and get to the rim.
And Toussaint picks up his second personal. Team foul number 1 against the Buffaloes here in the second half.
We'll see if International can go on a run and try to cut into this lead, or if the Buffs will coast in this second half.
First shot by Kiley, no good. He's a 59% shooter on the year.
One shot.
Second shot's up and in. And now the Dust Devils applying some pressure, and there's the turnover. Stolen by Thomas off the glass and in. Well, this time the Buffs break it. Weezy double teamed. Oh, wide open Toussaint. You don't want to do that. A&M International.
Great play by Jesse Weezy. First to step through that trap. That's exactly how you teach that. And then a perfect pass. If you're going to trap, you leave Zach Toussaint open. That's a problem. Oh, Jesse had a steal.
Weezy thought he had the steal. Had a little body en route. For Jesse, that'll be his first personal. Team foul number 2 against the Buffaloes. Dust Devils ball to the left of the bucket. Ball inbounded to Walker. Gives it back to Kiley. Kiley drives on Brown, puts it up, too strong. Weezy with the rebound. Here's Bell on the wing. Brown double team.
Just keeps it. Uses his strength.
Toussaint back to Brown. Shot clock at 10. Not a lot of movement away from the ball. Doesn't matter.
He's putting on a show today.
17 points.
And 7 of 9.
Toussaint has 17, going 6 of 12. Walker misses. Bell with the rebound. Here's Blakely. Misses from 3. Drive by Morton.
Oof.
And they're going to call Jesse Weezy coming over the top. Tom Brown says, what about the shoulder that Morton lowered into Cameron Bell?
Yeah, that right there it just happened, and then he goes up. I thought Jesse really tries to go straight up here. But the Dust Devils awarded 2 free throws.
Shooting, Tyrus Morton.
At the line, Tyrus Morton, freshman from Austin. Knocks down the first of his 2. Second shot, got him. Oh, that went in and came out. Buffs basketball, 16:06 to play here in the second, leading by 23. Toussaint looking for someone, gets it into Blankley. Quickly gets it back to the guard. Now Blankley in the front court. Blankley outside to Toussaint. 3's too strong. Rebound hauled down by Thomas. Phillips on the wing. Cross court to Thomas. Anthony Scott pulls it outside. Now Scott drives, whips it back out. Keldrick Hayes, three-pointer, no good. Brown with the rebound. Julius hustles up court. Finds Cameron Bell.
Oh, Jesse was tied up. He just took the player with him, trying to score the bucket. Said, you're coming with me, buddy.
Foul's going to go against Journey Phillips. That's going to be his 3rd personal.
Look at the replay here. So jump ball, Jesse goes to the bucket.
Second team foul of the half against the Dust Devils. That'll take us to the timeout. 15:07 to play in the second. Buffs lead 67-44. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
just completed my academic courses. So now I am starting my research at West Texas A&M University, trying to find out the export of sorghum from United States to China. I cannot express properly how helpful they are. I am proud to be a WT student.
Apply to West Texas A&M University right now at wtamu.edu/apply.
Well, here in the second half, the two teams are even, 10 points each for the Dust Devils and the Buffaloes. WT leads 67-44.
Brown to inbound to the left of the Buffs basket. Lobs it into Blankley. Hayden on the wing gets it on top to Addison Wallace. Wallace to Blankley, tries to find a Weezy. Misfires. A Weezy saves it to Blankley, and there's the turnover. It was just a matter of time on that possession. Going the other way, Tyrus Morton.
Well, that was scrappy defense by the Dust Devils, Kent, to get that turnover. They had active hands all around the basketball, and so they are playing hard, still trailing by 21 points.
Tyrus Morton with the and one on the layup. Julius Brown guilty of the foul, and Morton misses. Wise with the rebound and the outlet to Juju. Blankley for three, won't go. Rebound. Wise comes down with it. He's tied up, but Texas A&M International retains possession on alternating possession.
You mentioned, Kent, that head coach Mac McConnell, you talked to him yesterday, and he is staying on this team, a younger team. You know, you look at the roster and just trying to instill some of those things in them with playing hard, fighting through the entire season.
The three missed by Scott. Wise gets the rebound, and he's pushed from behind.
And when you are trying to build a winning culture, oftentimes you got to go through some struggles to get there. But in spurts here today, I really like what you see from this Dust Devil team.
Yeah, they show potential. Just a matter of keeping it together and building. Wallace gets inside and walks. 67-46. Buffs by 21 with 14:10 to play in the first. Well, Keldrick Hayes.
Yeah, good offensive move, good patience. He just waited. I mean, Dalen went in the air. The defensive contact, Buffs kind of fell early.
And as the Buffs try and break it out, Julius Brown is going to be fouled by Journey Phillips. Phillips picking up his third personal.
The largest lead of the game for WT was 27 points earlier, back in the first half, when they led 50-23. Dust Devils have cut it to 19.
There's Wallace on the wing.
Yeah, Coach Brown wanted that ball thrown inside to Dalen, thought he had good post position.
Now Wise to Wallace. Addison takes it and knocks it down.
Addison Wallace.
Good release from Addison. His first points today.
Here's a spin inside. Shot missed. That was Keldrick Hayes. The outlet pass deflected.
Addison Wallace getting some instructions from Tom Brown. It's been an up and down season for Addison Wallace. He has had some great spurts this year throughout this season as a transfer player, but he's come into a system where he's having to learn a lot of different things, both offensively and defensively. A talented player, no doubt.
Here's Brown. Drives. Can't get it to go. Strong rebound by Morton. Drew, he starts to drive. He's cut off by Brown. Gets it to Bowie. Dalen Williams gets the ball. Larry Wise comes up with it. Buffs with numbers. A wide open Toussaint. What else do you say?
Well, that's the Buffs fast break. Dalen, you run down the middle. If they take you, Zach's standing over there wide open on the wing.
At what point does Mac McConnell say, see number 14?
Yeah.
Don't let him out of your sight.
Give up the layup inside. Cover up Zach.
Approaching the 12-minute mark. Buffs up 72-48. Toussaint for three. That one's a little short. That one was a little long as well. That's like ordering the double bacon burger at the restaurant, but you only think you're that hungry shooting from that far out. 12 minutes to play. Buffs up 72-48. It's going to be the Dust Devils basketball. Is Handy. Brings the Dust Devils up court. Picked up by Carlisle. Right side to Phillips. Toussaint with the defense. Phillips from 15. No good. Brown with the rebound. That's his fifth. Quickly ahead to Jonas Carlisle leading the break.
George Gervin-like with that underhand flip layup there.
You old enough to remember
the highlights, KJ? The Iceman, right?
Yes. For the Spurs.
With the old finger roll.
Got a foul inside on Larry Wise, his first personal. Team foul number 5. That'll take us to a timeout. Buffs cruising 74-48. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Buffs continuing their hot play. They have won 4 in a row, trying to make it 5, and they're well on their way. 74-48, still 11:25 to play in the game. Lucas Kinsey, Kent Johnson, the Thunder Vision production team. Glad to have you joining us today for the last game of the regular season here for the Buffaloes and for Texas A&M International, their last game to close out this season.
Inbounds comes to Greg Bowie II. Cross court to Kiley. Shot clock at 10. Kiley guarded by Carlisle. Drives, picks up his dribble, kicks it back outside to Phillips. Shot clock at 2. Phillips, step back. Got it. That hit about every corner of the rim there was.
2-point shot.
Oh, and they checked it and said it was a 2.
Yeah, he was inside the arc.
Yeah.
24-point Buffalo lead. The Buffs working to break this press. And there Carlisle's going to be fouled by Journey Phillips. That's going to be Phillips' 4th personal.
That's personal foul number 4 on the Dust Devils, Journey Phillips.
Jonas Carlisle will inbound for the Buffs directly across the court from the Buffalo bench. Toussaint out near the big WT logo. To Wise. Larry drives, puts it up, and one.
For the basket.
Wise with his first bucket of the second half has an opportunity for 3 points.
Robert Boyd got the personal foul, his first.
Strong drive by Larry. Again, paint's open.
Three-point play. Larry Wise.
Robert Boyd with the foul. Wise completes the three-point play. And now he has 17. Double team in the corner. Don't quite know who Kylie was passing that one to, but it's a turnover as he airmailed it across the floor. Out of bounds, Buffs basketball. Turnover. Number 14 on the Dust Devils, and they're the Buffs turn it over. Of which Keldrick Hayes promptly walks. Buffs up 27, 10-12 to play. Carlisle to Tucson, open for three, off the mark. Oweezy with the rebound, and he's fouled from behind by Greg Bowie II.
I think a lot of opposing teams this year have been surprised at how strong Oweezy is.
I can tell by looking.
Yeah, tough to block out, and just has a motor that does not stop. Great recruiting job to get him out of Roanoke, Byron Nelson High School. And this was senior day, Kent, for the women's team. No seniors for the men.
Yeah, that bodes well. Pass inside to Tyrese Davis. Oweezy punches the ball from behind and got a little too much body. For Jesse, that'll be his third personal. That's going to send Tyrese Davis to the line, shooting twice. Buffs won't find out who their opponent for Thursday will be until the end of the first round of play in the conference tournament, which is this Tuesday on campus sites. What we know is that Lubbock Christian, Dallas Baptist, WT, and I believe St. Mary's will be the ones that get the bye in the first round. St. Mary's has finished their season, regular season, at 9-5.
And Coach Prock had told me at halftime, KJ, that the women are awaiting the winner Tuesday of Texas A&M Kingsville against Texas A&M International. So the last two opponents that the Lady Buffs played, they'll play the winner of that game.
And they had success against both of them.
A BSA jump ball. Favors the Buffs.
Strong rebound by Dalen Williams, going up with Tyrese Davis. Actually, that was Keldrick Hayes Jr. Buffs get the basketball in alternating possessions. Carlisle inbound for the Buffs. Gets it into Bell, back to Carlisle. And the Buffs break it easily. Williams on the reverse. Nope, gets his follow and one.
That was just pure effort.
Didn't look like he even controlled the rebound, just tapped it back up there.
He kind of cracks a smile after that one and says, I know I got lucky, but you also had great effort, Dalen. Goes under, misses it, kind of fouled as he just reaches an arm up, and the ball pops in.
Over in the corner, Jermaine Drewy thought about it, pump fake, and then nailed the three.
That's the fifth three for the Dust Devils in the game. They're shooting a good percentage, 5 of 10 from the three-point line.
And they're close to 50% from the floor now. Problem is the turnovers. Here's Brown from 15, knocks it down.
So tough to guard. Man, he's playing his best basketball here at the end of the season. Watch out in the postseason for Juju.
He's up to 19.
Yeah, don't need those reach fouls there. Because
this goes against Blankley, his first.
And they're in the bonus.
Team's sixth. 81-54 our score, 8:19 to play in the ball game. As well as the regular season. Certainly thank everybody along the way who's tuned in to watch Buff and Lady Buff basketball on the LSC Digital Network. It's been our privilege to bring West Texas basketball into your homes or wherever you watch. It's one of the more enjoyable tasks Lucas and I do.
Yeah, this is fun here. Both for the Lady Buffs and the Buffs.
Williams sets a strong screen at midcourt. Brown gets it back to Dalen, who goes in and gets fouled.
International foul.
Dalen will go to the line, shooting twice.
Jermaine
Drewy with the foul. That's going to be his fourth. Team's ninth against the Dust Devils.
It's like if he were a vehicle to describe, I would say a tank, probably. Not super
Either
fast.
that or about
not
a
stylish.
late 70s, early 80s Ford or Chevy pickup that is a farm work truck.
Yes.
You know, they don't care about how it looks.
But it always works.
It always starts, it carries the load, and it gets the job done.
Yes.
Might even have a burlap bag on the seat.
Who knows? Dalen actually might drive that vehicle, Kent. He's from Stinnett.
I have seen what he drives, and I believe it has a farm or hay company written on the door.
As it should.
Dalen makes the first, misses the second. There's a long three missed by the Dust Devils, but they get the offensive rebound.
Ugh. Yeah, Tom Brown, arms crossed. Guys, you got the big lead. Don't get those fouls and send the Dust Devils back to the free throw line.
It's Addison Wallace whistled for the foul, and that takes us for a timeout. 7:46 to play. Buffs up 82-55. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
When joints begin to fail, it's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Physicians Surgical Hospitals, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives.
Days are built on mornings. And Whataburger is built on burgers. Mornings, burgers. Morning burgers? Yeah, all right. Good thing there's a burger made just for breakfast. Topped with breakfast. The limited time breakfast burger is back at Whataburger.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. You see the score there, 82-55, the Buffs. Cruise control, and that has been, so on Thursday night, Kingsville was close. Abilene has played the Buffs pretty tough, but other than that, 4 of the last 5 games here for WT have been blowouts.
At the line for the Dust Devils, Trey Thomas knocks down the first. Yeah, WT's offense has been solid down the stretch. And then when they had a slugfest against Texas A&M Kingsville, they answered the bell and responded. Thomas knocks them both down. He has 11. Here's Wallace. And this is what you don't want to see right now. Julius Brown limping to the sideline, hopefully a cramp.
Hey, fans, let's give a nice hand, please, for the hard play.
He's holding his knee. And I did not see if he
No.
bumped with someone or if he twisted something, but that's not what you want to see in a game where you're up 25 and getting ready for postseason play.
He's back there trying to walk it off. He'll get some attention from the training staff.
Here's Cameron Bell with the off-balance runner. And you get the idea of the way they're looking at him, that it's not necessarily a twist or something like that, but maybe he bumped knees with somebody.
Personal fouls. A&M International's Greg Bowie.
Well, Greg Bowie just picked up his 5th. He fouls out. The Dust Devils now have 10 as a team, so the Buffs are shooting a lot of free throws the rest of the way, and Cameron Bell starts the procession.
He was their leading scorer, KJ, coming into this one, 15.5 points a game, and today struggled just 2 points.
Buffs defense had something to do with
right.
that. Cameron Bell, 89% on the year, knocks down the first.
Still think of Cameron Bell of the moment last year in the Final Four when he was playing defense with his one shoe on and one shoe off and still playing hard as he always does.
Here's Drewy looking inside, trying to find Ozoma. Now he's got him, but Ozoma has to come out to the corner. Ozoma drives on Williams, kicks it in the far corner. 3 missed by Thomas. Ball out of bounds. Dust Devils basketball.
Into the game. Number 3,
JT Warren makes an appearance now for the Buffs, the sophomore from Waxahachie. Morton, right side to Thomas. Mid-range jumper, got it.
Yeah, this international team, so Bowie is a senior. Cameron Bowles, who has not played yet, is a senior. And Robert Boyd, the only 3 on the roster that will not be back next season for head coach Mac McConnell.
Here's Bell outside with the shot clock winding down to 10. Cameron drives. Warren, left wing for 3, went down and came out. Morton with the rebound for the Dust Devils. And on his dribble drive, Jermaine Dewey steps on the sideline for another Dust Devil turnover. It's number 16. Buffs have 22 points off the previous 15 turnovers. Dalen Williams heads to the sideline where he joins Toussaint, Wise, and Brown.
Yeah, that's going to be a charge. JT, he's got to recognize that time that Ozoma was basically standing there as a statue ready to take the charge. He's got to pull up and take the jump shot.
Drewy. Cross court to Thomas. To Morton. Morton drives, stops, and walks. Tried to stop and walk. Well, today is senior day for a lot of schools around the nation, but Buffaloes have no seniors.
Yeah, that's a good thing in terms of Tom Brown and being able to bring back these players next season. Obviously add some pieces as well. And
a team that's fixing to pick up their 25th win of the season.
Yes. And, 25 wins, and you think about what was lost. I mean, in terms of production, you lose Joel Murray, Quay Grant, John L. Fugit. That's a lot of points and some really good players, All-Americans.
Nice feed there. Addison Wallace finds Warren underneath for the lay-in. Yeah, 2 of those young men playing division basketball at a high level. JoJo out at Long Beach State, their leading scorer. Quay Grant has a different role with Wichita State now. Instead of a shooter, he's the point guard.
Yeah.
So doesn't really have the numbers he had here, but wanted that opportunity, and he's got it. Here's a turnaround off the glass, missed by Ozoma. The putback is no good, but we've got a whistle and a foul against Jonas Carlisle, his second. Team foul number 10 against the Buffaloes, so final 4:42 is going to be filled with free throws on each foul. Ozoma at the line, just a 50%er on the year. Misses the first.
Into the game for the Bucks, Kevon Booker.
And Tom Brown empties the bench as Kevon Booker, Parker Nielsen, Austin Shelley, and Torian Harris join JT Warren on the floor. Job well done by the Buffaloes today, as Ozoma misses both. Buffs rebound. Shelley brings it up court. Austin averaging 2.5 points. Here's Torian Harris to Shelley.
It's fun. A couple weeks ago, we got a chance to meet his parents, Kent.
Here's Torian Harris for three. I was about to say you've got 4 guys on the court that are more than happy to shoot the three.
That's right.
And I wasn't including Kevon Booker, but Booker will take it if you give it to him. Here's Tyrus Morton. Yeah, it's always fun to meet players' parents when they come through, regardless of the sport.
Regardless of where they're from, because Shelley, his parents obviously from Australia.
And there's a block by Booker, and they may have got Kevon with the body. And that's what it is, Kevon's first personal. Yeah, and Austin, those were his grandparents that were here, and they were on their way up to Nebraska, where his sister plays basketball somewhere as well. So they were touring the breadbasket of America.
Whether it's Johnsburg, Illinois, or Melbourne, Australia, right? Everybody loves the Buffs.
Absolutely right. 3:48 to play. Timeout on the floor. Buffs by 30. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Dust Devils at the free throw line. Texas A&M International trailing by 30 points. Buffs have been quite impressive today. Again, continuing the strong play that we've seen the last 4 games. Ever since the 8-point loss here at home to Lubbock Christian, WT has really been dialed in.
Michael Ozoma shooting twice, makes them both. He now heads to the bench, replaced by Cameron Bowles, 6'7" senior from Chicago. Dust Devils apply the pressure. Booker gets it into Harris. Harris tries to throw the ball up court. It's picked off by Drewy, who goes in for the layup. So now Austin Shelley will bring it up court for the Buffs. Crosses the timeline. 3.5 to play. JT Warren puts up a 3, misses everything. Dust Devils basketball
That's probably the last that we'll see, obviously, today for Zach Toussaint. But wanted to mention, KJ, Julius Brown a week ago hit the 1,000-point mark in his career. Zach, entering today, was just 80 points away from reaching 1,000. He scored 20 today, so now 60 points shy. And what a great career that he has had up to this point.
If he maintains his scoring average,
right,
he would reach 1,000 career points in what would be the regional final if the Buffs make it that far.
Okay.
So, either later this season or early next year, he'll eclipse 1,000. There's Torian Harris with the rejection. Buffs looking to score 90. Last time they had 90 was back on February 1st in that overtime loss, 100-98 at St. Mary's. Approaching 2.5 to play. Shelley tries to find Booker.
St. Mary's was unkind to both the Buffs and the Lady Buffs this year in San Antonio.
On the men's side, it was just the Rattlers. Well, the Rattlers actually in 5th, but taking the Buffs into overtime. On the women's side, it was just the Rattlers' 2nd win of the year when they defeated the Lady Buffs. Here's Phillips with the strong drive. He'll go to the line. See who they're going to get. This is going to go against Torian Harris, his first. Journey Phillips at the line, 68%er. He's 0 of 1 today. Knocks down the first. Had a very strong first half with 12 points. He's up to 15 now. Second shot, got them both. $89-65, 2 to play. Buffs looking to be the number 2 seed in the LSC tournament. There's Kevon Booker, fakes the pass, draws the defense away, and then goes in for the stop.
Everybody just cleared out. Kevon said, really? Make it this easy for me.
And there's an offensive foul. This one's
away
going to
from the
go
ball.
against Cameron Bowles. The old moving screen, his first.
Let's see it. Oh, this is Kevon's dunk. Look at this.
Austin Shelley to Warren, up top to Booker. Kevon looking to go strong to the bucket. He's going to be held up by Bowles, who picks up his second. That'll send Booker to the line, shooting twice.
Cameron Bowles with his 2nd personal foul.
Kevon, the sophomore from Schertz, Texas.
Trip to the line for Kevon Booker.
We'll have a couple free throws.
2 shots.
Career high was 17 against Lindenwood, and then he grabbed 15 rebounds in the loss against St. Mary's this year. Had 14 points against Lubbock Christian earlier this month. Makes the second. 92-65 WT, and here's a steal. Booker's got it. Tied up on his way to the hole, but his shot didn't go in. It was Austin Shelley's follow. They're going to call the foul against the Dust Devils on Booker's drive.
He takes off.
Come on, Booker.
You get Parker Nielsen right there at the last second. Yeah. He's trying to tip it in.
Bowles picks up the foul, his third. Kevon misses the first. He'll have another one. Got it. 4 points for Kevon. As we approach the final minute of the Buffs' regular season, they are leading 93-65, a game they needed to win to assure themselves a first-round bye in the postseason tournament, and they have done that and more today. As Austin Shelley picks up the foul, it's going to send Journey Phillips to the line. Phillips with 16 points.
Journey Phillips shooting.
Knocks down the first.
Another good stat for the Buffs. Looking at Julius Brown in his game today, 19 points, but he led the team with 6 assists.
Here's Austin Shelley. Inside of a minute to play. He wants to drive. He does. Puts it off the glass, and he goes to the line.
Yeah. Great job of using his body, shielding the basketball away, not allowing it to get blocked.
Cameron Bowles picks up the foul. And
Cameron Bowles, fourth personal.
Cameron's been on the floor 6 minutes. He's got 4 fouls. As Shelley, one of the more dependable shooters, misses the first, but he's been on the bench a long time today.
As our good friend Paul Sweetgall says, Kent, this has been a great day to be a Buffalo.
Absolutely.
Buffs cruising here. Lady Buffs win their game earlier and win the Lone Star Conference regular season championship. There's a 3-hit for
Tyrus
Morton, and then 2 championships.
Yeah, Paul was down in Lubbock with the track team where he serves as the Buffalo's administrator for men's and women's track. They take a pair of indoor championships, so congratulations to Matt Stewart and his crew. As the final seconds tick away, Buff Nation rises to their feet in appreciation of the Buffs, who are going to go 25-6 overall. They'll finish the conference slate at 11-5. Our final score, West Texas A&M wins it 93-69. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back and wrap it up. Buffs are the number 2 seed in the Lone Star Conference final standings. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
It's got the looks, the style,
the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
The Texas Panhandle as a whole has been my home for as long as I can remember, and I want to be giving back to the community that made it home. WT's MBA program is ranked number 4 in the state of Texas now. Having the opportunity to come to a university like WT was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. People really care about your success here, and it feels like a family-oriented university, and I really appreciate that. Come apply at WT.
Well, the Buffs win it 93-69 over Texas A&M International in a dominating performance, a game they had to win to avoid the potential of playing on Tuesday, and it was a job well done by Tom Brown's team as Lucas Kinsey, the Buffs, came out hot in the first half, opened up a 30-point lead midway through the second half, and then coasted home. Never really allowed Texas A&M International to get into the flow of any offense. And defensively, as we have seen since early February, they just clamped down.
They did. The Buffs played great basketball. 4 players end up in double figures scoring today. They get tremendous defense. You just love to see all these players relishing in their role individually, which collectively as a team, that gives the outcome that we've seen over the last 5 games for the Buffaloes, this 5-game win streak. So they forced a lot of turnovers. They scored off those turnovers early. They just got whatever they wanted in the paint. And then that started opening up the three-point shot. So players like Zach Toussaint, his eyes start lighting up, and he ends up as the leading scorer with 20 points. But this Buff team playing great basketball right when you want to be playing great basketball. It's when you head into postseason. So hopefully they have a good showing. You mentioned Kent, the tournament next week. The Buffs did themselves some favors today. They probably moved up a place in the standings from 3rd to 2nd.
Well, they came in 3rd. And with Dallas Baptist losing and the Buffs winning, they are even.
Yeah.
In the win-loss column, but the Buffs, of course, won when they went to Dallas Baptist. That came off the heels of that awful performance at Midwestern State. Buffs righted the ship, beat the Patriots on the Patriots' home floor, and because of that head-to-head win, the Buffs go into the Lone Star Conference Tournament as the number 2 seed on the men's side. The only way you can best that is to do what the Lady Buffs did and win the regular season title, which Lady Buffs did earlier today, and they go into the conference tournament as the number 1 seed. We talk about defense. Texas A&M International held to 69 points. Only one team in the Buffs' final 5 games has scored over 70 points against them. So the Buffs really doing the job defensively. Elsewhere around the Lone Star Conference, a lot of games about to wind up. We mentioned earlier the upset in Dallas where Arkansas Fort Smith defeated Dallas Baptist 81-78. They're in the final minute of play at the Falcon Dome where Texas A&M Commerce is up on UT Permian Basin 82-74. Texas A&M Kingsville closes out the regular season with a win at Aggie Gym, defeating Cameron 87-62. Angelo State takes a home victory in the season finale over Texas UT Tyler 88-64. Midwestern State in a tight one, leading Oklahoma Christian in Wichita Falls 61-60 with 2:54 to play in that game. And they're at the half in the Battle of New Mexico, Eastern New Mexico at home, 38-24 over Western New Mexico. Let's take a look at our final statistics. There you see the team stats on your board. Field goal percentage, the Dust Devils hitting 45%, 26 of 57. The Buffs at 54%, 32 of 69. From three-point range, the Dust Devils 6 of 13 for a pretty healthy 46%. The Buffs 8 of 24 for 33%. From the free throw line, the Dust Devils were just 11 of 20, 55%. The Buffs went to the line 32 times, knocked down 21 for 65%. Buffs out-rebound the Dust Devils by a narrow 37-34 margin. And turnovers, Dust Devils turned it over 18 times, resulting in 25 WT points. The Buffs turned it over 12 times, resulting in 12 Dust Devil points. Individually, for Texas A&M International, Trey Thomas, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. LaQueen Walker, 5 points, 3 rebounds. Daniel Kiley with 6 points, 1 assist. Greg Bowie II, 2 points, 1 assist. Tyrus Morton with 10 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Jermaine Drury, 8 points, 1 rebound. Journey Phillips with a team-high 17 points, 3 rebounds. Tyrese Davis had 1 point, 2 boards. Jaheim Handy with 1 rebound. Cameron Bowles had 1 rebound. Anthony Scott with 1 rebound. Michael Azoma had 5 points, 3 rebounds. Keldrick Hayes Jr. with 2 points, 5 boards. And Robert Boyd came off the bench the final 2 minutes but did not register statistics. For the Buffaloes, Jesse Oweezy with a double-figure performance, 10 points, 4 rebounds. Julius Brown with 19 points to go with 5 boards and 6 assists. Dalen Williams, 5 points, 7 rebounds, 3 block shots for the Stinnett, Texas native. Zach Toussaint, 20 points to lead all scorers, 2 points, 2 assists. Larry Wise had 17 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Hayden Blankley with 5 points to go with 1 rebound. Cameron Bell, 4 points, 1 rebound. Addison Wallace, 2 points, 4 boards. Jonas Carlisle with 2 points. J.T. Warren with 2 points. Torian Harris knocks down a 3 and grabs a rebound. Kevon Booker with 4 points and 1 rebound. And Austin Shelley with 1 point and 1 rebound. Buffs led it all the way, led by as much as 30 with 4:20 to play in the game. Buffs score 34 points in the paint to 32 for Texas A&M International. The bench for the Dust Devils outscores the Buffs 33-22, and that brings us to our final score. Again, the Buffs win it 93-69, and Lucas, we're now pointing our focus on not just the Lone Star Conference tournament, but the South Central Region tournament, which that field will be announced a week from Sunday.
Yeah, and the good news for you and I and for Buff Nation, Kent, is if you're not going to host, the next best thing to hosting a regional tournament is being close. And right now, it looks like that the regional tournament will be played in Lubbock. Lubbock Christian has been the number 1 seed since the rankings came out. And so that's a good, easy trip for Buff Nation to make. That's where the Buffs won it last season at the Rip Griffin Center. And if you're WT, you are hoping that you can get to a place where you get another opportunity to take on LCU and hopefully get back get a little revenge from them beating you earlier on your home court. But a lot of basketball still to be played. And so we're looking forward to the postseason. It's almost March, our favorite time of the year.
And the Buffs have the confidence of knowing they can win at the Rip Griffin Center because that's where a year ago they started their march to the Elite Eight by winning the South Central Region that was hosted by Lubbock Christian. Again, the South Central Region right now has Lubbock Christian on top. The Buffs are second, but there's a pretty sizable margin there in the point differential. Dallas Baptist is third. Colorado Mesa is fourth. Texas A&M Commerce fifth. Black Hills State sixth. Angelo State 7th, and St. Edwards is finishing strong. They are currently in 8th as the top 8 seeds in the region, which is the Lone Star Conference and the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, advance to the South Central Region. But that won't be announced for another week. First, we go to Frisco for fun and games there. That starts on Thursday. Well, Lucas, it seems like yesterday was October 28th, and here we are, February 26th, and the
Yeah.
regular season is over, and it's been a load of fun. I appreciate it, enjoy working with you, and it's a lot of fun bringing Lady Buff and Buff basketball to the viewers.
You're exactly right. We appreciate all the viewers, and we appreciate, most importantly, Kent, after we talk about the fans, we want to thank our Thunder Vision production team. They do a tremendous job for us throughout the season.
One of the better student-run productions in the country, and I'd put them up with a lot of professional organizations. Jamie Abbott has been our director today. Our camera operators, Emma McReynolds, Daniel Kalunga, Jordan Condi, and Cheyenne Jonas. Give special thanks to Chris Jacquis and Chance Haugen for their oversight of Thunder Vision. They're the brains behind it. They do a great job of capturing the images that you see on your TV, your computer screen, your smartphone, however
right.
it is. Hopefully you're not watching it on your car as you're driving down the street, but however you're watching WT basketball, it's been a thrill bringing it to you. For my broadcast partner, Lucas Kinsey, I'm Kent Johnson, saying thank you again for letting us be a part of your lives throughout the winter months. The Buffs win it, 93-69. Lady Buffs in the opener win the Lone Star Conference regular season title with a 79-58 win over Texas A&M International. Until next time, whenever it may be, I'm Kent Johnson saying so long, everybody. You've been watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.